Shannon, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. I bring you new DIYs, tutorials, and new inspiration every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you've been following along, I have been doing a Christmas in July series, and today is the last one, which I know is very sad, but if you really enjoy holiday crafts and home decor, I'll link a playlist down below. I have tons more tutorials, so you can find those down in the description box below. And then also last Christmas, I did a 12 days of Dollar Tree DIYs, so I'll link those down in the description box below. So if you found me because you like Dollar Tree DIYs, you are definitely in the right place. And I have 3 more Dollar Tree DIYs for you today as well, Christmas themed. And no, Dollar Tree doesn't necessarily have their holiday decor out yet. We're in the middle of July, so of course not. But I did want to find some projects that we could use, everyday items that you could find at the Dollar Tree. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and get started with our first Dollar Tree Christmas project. Expensive and easy to do. We're gonna make some little snowball garland using some cotton balls, so from the Dollar Tree. And then I already have this set. It's from Walmart. It is a big needle kit, and Dollar Tree does have needle kits, so if you just want to get everything from Dollar Tree, you can. I have this, so I'm going to use this. Dollar Tree also has some string, so you could use this. I have this on hand. It's a little bit thinner, and I really like that it's red and white, which is really Christmassy, so I think I'm going to use the red and white. And we're just going to sew some cotton balls onto a string and make a really inexpensive Christmas time garland. All right, so let me show you what I got so far. So I feel like there's a couple different ways you could do this. You could string these butted up next to each other and kind of make a big, long, just pom-pom garland, or you could space them out and then you can kind of see the pretty string that's in between. So I think it just depends on where you're gonna put this, what will work best. And then also I wanted to mention that the way that I'm putting these on, you can see there's you can see how this is sort of wrapped around itself, and then there's sort of 2 ends, so it looks like a marshmallow. And I'm actually feeding the needle through an end and coming out the other end, and not feeding it through the side. It's a little bit more difficult to get through the side, but because it's wound around itself, it goes through the middle from end to end a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep making this and just make a really long one. I kind of want to see how long of a garland a lot of this would make, because this is a pack of 100, so I'll give you an idea about how many you would need depending on what type of space you're decorating. Alright, so I didn't do the whole bag. I did a little more than half. I counted. There's 60 on this string here, and it is 4 feet long total. And of course, if you're going to space these out, it would be lots longer. So if you let the string hang in between each one, you could get much longer out of it. So I just wanted to give you an idea, but this is pretty much done. I'm going to take it over to my little cute Christmas tree and use it as a cute snowball garland. And this next project is really, really simple and basic. And if you really love the buffalo check that's so popular right now for the farmhouse style and look, then this project will work perfect for that. This is one of the ornaments that I created in my last tutorial. I created 4 different farmhouse style ornaments, and I'll link that video down below if you missed that, because this is kind of going to have a similar look. This project will have a similar look to that. So if you like the buffalo check, it's nice to have some really basic and simple accessories to sort of complement it. So that's what we're going to do today. And then for supplies, I have these really, really nice white picture frames that are from the Dollar Tree. I don't think you'd ever know that these were Dollar Tree picture frames. They actually really are super nice looking, and I have the 4x6 size. You can use however many you want. I'm just going to do 2 here today. I also have some plain white computer paper, and then we're going to be accenting them with some decals. So this is one of the sets that I just listed in my Etsy shop. So I've had the stencils, which you can use to create your own sort of Rae-Dunn mugs doing a stenciling technique, but I've had so many requests for the decal version of these. So this is the exact same set from the Christmas stencils, but now you can get them as decals. So you get this whole big set of 9 when you purchase them, and they'll come like this. So they'll come in a little bag like this, and they'll have transfer tape on them already, all ready to go, so you can just apply them to your projects and get moving on. If you have a vinyl cutter, this is matte black Oracle number 651 vinyl. These are about, I want to say 2 inches tall by about 3 inches wide, which fits nicely on a mug. So you can even use some of these decals for this project. You can put some on mugs, you can make wood signs with them. So get creative using your decal set. There's so many here you could really, really get creative with. But I'll have these listed in my Etsy shop, which is crossinmyheart.com, which is on sale. Today is the very last day of the sale, which is my Christmas in July sale. So you don't want to miss out on that, because the next time I will have another sale probably won't be until Black Friday again. Of course, these will be available anytime, but if you want to get a bargain, now is the time. You don't need a coupon code or anything. Everything's on sale from all of my decals as well as the digital designs. So you just go over there and shop, and you'll automatically get the discounted price. We're going to use these today to create these really pretty Rae-Dunn style picture frames for holiday decor. Alright, so I have all of my picture frames taken apart, because we're just going to put a white piece of paper in here as a white background. You could do any kind of background you want. You could use wrapping paper, you could use scrapbook paper, you could print a design and put that in there. I really want this to be really, really simple and basic, so I'm just doing all white. So I have a piece of computer paper. This is a paper trimmer. If you do any kind of card making, scrapbooking, paper crafts, you know what this is. And if you don't have one of these in your craft supply, I highly recommend it. I use it all the time. I will have one similar to this in my Amazon favorite store, so I'll link that down in the description box below if you want to check it out. It is white instead of purple, so don't look for the purple one. I have had this for forever. We're talking like years and years and years, and it's kind of worn out, but it still works. You just buy replacement blades and it's like brand new again. So what we're going to do is there's little marks on our paper trimmer here, and I want to cut out what will fit in my picture frame, which is 4x6 size. So I'm going to move my paper over to the 4-inch mark here, and then I'm just going to run. You want to make sure your paper is flat up against the top here, so that'll give you a straight cut. You just run your blade up along there, and you have a 4-inch piece of paper cut, and we want it 4 inches by 6 inches. So now we're going to flip it, move it over to the 6-inch mark, which is over here on this retractable swing arm ruler. So whenever you store it, it's nice and compact. When you want to use it, just pull it out right there, and that's our 6-inch mark. So you put it on there and you run your blade up and it cuts it off. So then all you have to do, we're going to put our glass back in the frame. We need that. We'll put our paper in the frame. We're going to get rid of the advertisement that was in there, or the branding that was in there, and just put our backing back on the picture frame. And this one is ready to go, and we'll add our decal after I get this next one finished. Alright, so now that I have the paper done, we're going to move on to adding our decals, and this is that whole set that I said I had available in my Etsy shop. And I'm just going to pick a couple that I think would be really cute in the frames. These are definitely like the perfect size. You could even put them this way if you wanted. So completely up to you. I think I'm going to do Mary and Joy for these. But I do have the set so it could say Merry Christmas. I also have Mrs. Claus and Mrs. Claus, or I have Naughty and Nice. So there's some cute pairs for you could do too. And I'll show you how to add these decals because it's really, really simple. I make it really easy. If you do purchase these from my Etsy shop, they come completely ready to go. All you have to do is, I like to take a squeegee. Some people even use like old gift cards, like debit cards or credit cards, popsicle sticks, whatever you have on hand. And I just kind of like to push it down to make sure that the vinyl that's sandwiched in there gets transferred onto this top clear sheet. And then your vinyl will peel off of the paper backing and onto that clear sheet. And then you just place it where you want it. Now, glass is a really great medium for your vinyl to stick to. It likes to stick to it really, really nicely. Same thing with plastics and sometimes your wood projects, if you paint them with chalk paint, it just kind of adheres really quickly and easily. Glass is like one of those things that once you stick it down, you're not really going to be able to pick it back up and move it. So just kind of hover it where you want it before you drop it, and then you're kind of stuck with where it is. So I just really want to try to center these. And then you just take your squeegee and you're basically pushing your vinyl onto the glass, and there's adhesive on the back of that. And that is going to hold your vinyl onto the glass. So you peel this clear transfer tape off and you're left with this really nice custom looking design. So I'm going to do that again with the Mary, and then we'll have two finished decor pieces. Alright, so here they are. Super easy project, really quick too, and you could really get creative with them now. You could put some ribbon back behind the frame and hang them. You could put these in the middle of wreaths. You could put these on shelves and vignettes, and that way you have, like, you know, a pretty picture but accent piece. Even if you have a Rae Dunn collection, this would be really cute on a coffee bar or a hutch. So lots and lots of ideas for you. If you have another great ideas of how you could use these, let me know down in the comments below. Okay, and now on to our last project, which I am super duper excited about because I've had this idea in my head for a long time. We're gonna make some farmhouse style holiday skis using some foam board and some long barbecue skewers from the Dollar Tree as our main building components. And I also have a pencil and a really, really sharp X-Acto knife to cut the foam board with. I made sure to cover my work surface with my Arteza self-healing mat that I am loving right now. And then I also have paint and paint brushes because we're gonna make our skis have a faux wood finish. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just trace freehand some skis onto the foam board.
The halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. Year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new year, lads and lasses.
Little discs too to create the handle part. And I also sanded down all the edges. It kind of takes all of the little spots where your knife sort of catches or there's an imperfection. So just a piece of sandpaper to sand all the edges down and clean that all up. And now I want to cut my skewers down to size because then I want to paint everything at the same time. So these are going to get a faux wood look, and to do that, I know it sounds really weird, but I'm going to give it a coat of this King's Gold Apple Barrel acrylic paint. Excuse my son, he's playing in the background. So they're going to get a coat of that first, and that's going to give our sort of a faux technique because we're going to layer some brown over the top of it, and that way it'll have sort of a different color underneath. You're really not going to see a lot of the yellow, but it will give some texture to the skis. And then for the discs and for the handles, I'm going to paint those black with my black chalk paint, and I'm going to use foam paint brushes to do all of that. Alright, so all of my yellow and the black is dry, but we're not going to work with these right now. We're going to work with the ski part. So like I said, I just gave it a yellow coat of paint, and then ideally you'd want one of the more stiffer bristled brushes, and Dollar Tree does have them, but I guess I'm out right now. I'm going to use the darker paint and this lighter brown paint to sort of layer on and go back and forth and give it streaks, and the brush is going to give it sort of that wood grain look. So you just sort of layer it on until you're happy with it, and it'll look more like wood versus just a plain brown painted ski that way. So this still needs to dry, but I wanted to give you an up close look. So I did that layering. So I did the yellow first, and then I did the lighter brown, which I'm using Apple Barrel's Nutmeg Brown. So I did a fairly good coat of that. I still wanted some of that yellow to show through, so I didn't cover it completely. And then I came back in with my traditional burnt umber, which is by Americana. And I was a little bit more sparing with that. I just wanted some darker tones to come through. So that's more of like a highlight to add some more detail, but you can see it has more of a wood grain look now. Very, very cool. So I'm gonna let those dry and I'll come back and we'll start putting it all together. All right, so let's put this together now. I grabbed out a smaller skewer. I'm gonna use that to puncture a hole in the middle of each one of these, and then I'll poke the painted ones up through the bottom there. And then I'm just gonna glue it all together with some hot glue in my glue gun. And then I grabbed out some little Christmassy things from last year. This is actually ribbon that was from the Dollar Tree last year. And this was a pick from the Dollar Tree that I just picked apart. It had a little bird with it too, but not my style. I don't think it's gonna work well with this, but we're gonna go ahead and get to putting this all together. Thank you all so very much for joining me for today's tutorial. I hope you will subscribe, and you can also check out more DIYs in the link next to me here. And if you're not already, you can find me on my social media pages, both Facebook and Instagram. I'll link those down below. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.